about things I feel strongly about. But if you ask me directly for my opinion on something, I will give it to you. So yeah, like in terms of scrutiny, just know you're gonna have people that are gonna hate on you, they are gonna say negative things to you, but if you kind of approach everything with a positive outlook and you just be yourself, I think you'll be fine. You can't take anything personally that people say on social media anyway. That's one thing I've definitely learned. And yeah, that's my advice to anyone that's coming up, I guess.
Right. When it comes to scrutiny, I have been under it and I know how it feels, but for me, it's that realization that if you're getting hate, you're clearly doing something right. Because the opposite of hate isn't love, it's indifference. So people not caring about what you're posting is actually worse than somebody giving you a bit of scrutiny. That's how I see it. And also, if I do get hit, and I do take it personally, I have to look at why I'm taking those things personally. So 4 years ago, I made a promise to myself to try and start loving myself more and own my insecurities and own all my flaws, because I'm just a human being. So anytime now somebody leaves me a negative mean comment, I'm like, I hope you're fulfilled. Because I'm over here loving myself, trying to have the best time ever, living my life, so enjoy it. But also realizing as well that everyone goes through their I am anonymous phase online. Everyone thinks that what they post means nothing. Luckily we're coming out of it, but some people still go through it. And you gotta realize that they would never ever say that to your face. And if they didn't, I would give them a round of applause, because fair play, man. If you got the balls to go up and say that, sick, you know? But for me, I don't know, I think my biggest advice was actually, just going away.
Music Creators Festival, FFTV, this, that, and I'm getting gassed. And not remembering that, no, you need to get in the studio and you need to keep making the music, because it's the music that's bringing you the attention and the love. So from there, we've basically, at the moment, we're taking time out, we're just rebranding, redeveloping, we're like, cool, people are waiting for Shauna Shadae, but if you ain't got no music, do you know what I mean? You ain't going nowhere. It doesn't matter if you've got one song that done well. So right now, that's what I'm kind of going through, and I'm working with some amazing songwriters and producers, Nana Rhodes, Rhymes, Epic, and yeah, so basically I'm coming to take over 2020.
Come on.
And yeah, so right now I'm just supporting all the females. Big up Brenya, big up Miss Banks, big up St. London. I'm rating everyone that's doing their thing right now. And yeah, that's my stance. Thank you.
Thank you.
What's up, guys? My name is Novelist. You know what? I don't even know where to start, to be honest. But I won't even talk from my career point of view. I'll just talk from my passion point of view. I love making music, innit? And I've loved making music since I was about 6. And that's the first time I got to experience what it was to actually make a rhythm. My uncle, the original novelist, I'm actually younger novelist. My uncle, white dog, you get me? Younger novelist. And my uncle, certain times, if I was misbehaving or whatnot, forced me to sit down and just watch him make beats and that. So just since a young age, I've just been putting drums together, putting samples together, just making beats. I've always loved music, and it's one of the main things that drives me every day. Now, I love people as well. That's another one of my drives. Big up my brother Coda from Broccoli right now in the place as well. All the community, man, they get me them out of the foundation, they know that we got a love in our ends, you know what I'm saying? And locally, this music is important to a lot of us, even if you're not a musician, just like the other guys from the bits who's doing it, it's important. So it's one of the things that drives me to do music, what it means to the people, what it means to myself. My sister here, my mom's my manager as well, momager, you know. Wasn't always I've worked with other people, but the long and short of what I'm saying is the main thing for me is about the passion, man, the passion behind when you wake up in the morning. Have you got a lyric in your head? You got a chorus, you got a drum pattern. People know me for the bars, but to me, I'm more of a producer than anything. I've always been more of a producer than anything. You get me? And this passion is something that I know that I'm never gonna lose. So whether it's next year, the year after that, the year after that, you're gonna hear my name, or if you don't hear about me, you're gonna hear about people who I'm working with, off of the back of the passion. You know what I'm saying? That was something that was God-given. Sometimes I even think to myself, like, how did man even end up here? But it's just because man didn't quit. That's literally it. Like, I'm sure, like we was talking about it earlier on, I'm sure like many a time, man just felt to just give up. Even at certain times where to the public it would have seemed like I was at my height. I'm thinking, oh, I've done this, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I don't want to do this, but you can't escape the passion, you get me? So, you know, like, if you're someone who makes music, I'll just give a word of advice or blessing of some sort. If you're someone who makes music or whatever it is you do, and you get to a stage where you're stuck, like, hone it in, bring it back to the passion, you know what I'm saying? Go to the foundation, forget the industry, think about just them times where it's just you and your brethren just doing your thing, you know what I'm saying? And then recalibrate, restart. I've had to do that a billion times. I can't count these times I've had to do that. You know what I'm saying? And because of that is the reason why I'm even still here. So that's I'm Novelist, and that's what I'm about.
Yeah. Thank you. Mine is nowhere near as exciting as any of those. My name's Andre. I work at Sony Music. So I'm the senior brands manager over there. So my job is to connect artists with various campaigns, make them money basically, so they answer the phone when I call. That's it, sure. Actually,
These like him make people rich, man.
Yeah. Get his number. No, yeah, I actually worked with Andre, and it's a pleasure. It's nice to see, you know, you on this stage here. We're all out here trying to grind on our journey as well, you know what I mean? And it's nice to see the fruits of one's labour. So, speaking of brands, while we're on the subject of brands I guess are very important. They're part of the fabric of culture. And how do you approach, this is for any of you, how do you, more for the artist, how do you approach brands for partnership opportunities? If you do approach brands, or do you find brands approach you?
Can I do something cheeky?
Go ahead.
I want to ask you that question.
How do I approach brand partnerships?
Yeah, like what makes, like, are you ever driven to like kind of rope certain brands in for certain individuals?
Yeah, so it depends, right? Because the way that our business is, so I work as part of a wider agency function at Sony Music called 4th Floor Creative, at 4th Floor Creative on Instagram, everyone follow me. But our business, like we sit as part of two teams and we're like a commercial model, so we need to make the company money. And I have a clear like distinction between projects that I work on that are necessarily like the money making thing. So like over the past year or so like you might have seen like Paloma Faith and a Skoda advert, I worked on that, or Lady Leisha doing Queen's Speech 7 with Nike, like I worked on that. So those things are like more money making things. Then there's other bits to me that are like important to the culture or important to artists specifically that actually is the part that drives my passion for anything. So like I did like a questionnaire the other day as part of work, and I realized that actually the biggest motivating factor for me is actually to be of service to people in general. So artists, for me, so like, for instance, the best example I can give is, so I'm from Croydon, South London, went to the Brit School, and came out and started working at Sony, and then met Nadia Rose, who also is from Croydon and also went to the Brit School. And when she first signed, she got an opportunity to go and perform in Rio for the Olympics, and they didn't have funding to do it at the time, and the label weren't going to pay. So I kind of stepped in and put together a proposal with Relentless Energy Drinks at the time, who then funded that trip. So that was the first time that she performed outside of the UK. It was the first time that, you know, she ended up going on ITV News off the back of it. And that, to me, as well as all of like the awards that I would have won for work, is like one of my proudest moments, because actually that was me approaching a brand and saying to them, listen, there's a need that an artist has here, and how can we make sure that you're getting what you need as well as she gets what she needs. So it depends. Like there are commercial drivers behind me approaching brands sometimes, and there are cultural things or things that just want people to help.
Yeah, man. Yo, make some noise for the Don. I really respect that personally because like I've done the same thing. Like me and my mum, myself even, like, and it's life changing. You know what I'm saying? Like there's certain things that I couldn't have done if certain organisations didn't step in and say, yo, you know what I'm saying? But what was your original question?
It was more about how you approach brands for partnerships.
Oh, how? Yeah, basically, like, if there's a need, just be open and say, yo, look, here's what I'm trying to do. This is the idea. Here's the reason behind it. You know what I'm saying? And then you tell them, look, here's what I have to offer. What can you offer? And then let it be a collaborative thing. And a lot of the time, all these different organizations, it could even be a tea company, it could be anyone. Like, there's a lot of the time people want to get into the world that we're in and, you know, work with the individuals who actually shape the culture through music, through fashion, through whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it might just be a case of they didn't know who to approach or how to approach. So a lot of the time you just got to shoot your shot, man, and you know, just talk to people on a human level. Because at the end of the day, these companies are run by people. You know what I'm saying? It's not run by robots. It's not a URL that you just type in. You know what I'm saying? It's actual people. You deal with people with decency. They remember you. When they've got an opportunity, they might even think to themselves, who's the first person that we're going to consider for X, Y, and Z that we got going on in our corner? Then that could even open you up to a whole nother world. Do you know what I'm saying? And the reason why I say it like this, because I've personally gone through that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, just literally being cool with certain people, talking to them on a daily basis about what it is that you got going on in your life, in your career. And even today, I had a meeting this morning, and it was literally my friend. She works at a fashion PR agency, and she said, yo, Nov, how comes you don't ever ask for anything? And I said, like, sometimes you forget there's so much people out there who have something to give and you want to give. So it's really about, you know, counting your blessings, scoping what's happening, where's there a lack, and presenting it to those who could possibly step in, and then hopefully something comes off of it. And if something doesn't, move on to the next.
I think for me,